I don't know how people gentle parent. I don't know how you do
No.
it. Because I am a laid back person. I am laid back.
Are you? Oh,
I'm laid back, but then until I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm like easy going, but then when they rattle me, I'm like...
Usually it's when we're spinning so many plates though, and that's what I always say to Adam. I always say, have you noticed I've become shoutier? I will be like, you need to get ready, get out the door. I can't be late for anything, hence the reason I was here like 20 minutes early. So that's when I will hit my peak where I'm like, everybody hurry up. He's just chill, just so calm all the time. And I always say to him, notice when I'm ramping up, that's when I'm stressed. That's when I'm spinning too much. And he's like, okay. He is very good at then picking up the slack and going, okay, I'll do the washing. You just do this. And I'm like, okay, good. Thank you. You've noticed.
You've noticed. Yeah, it is so hard. And that's, Will is so laid back. My partner is literally so laid back. And I don't think I've ever been with anyone that is so laid back.
Chill.
Because with Tom was like renowned for his tantrums.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I was the laid back person and Tom would have these tantrums. And I say to the kids now, like, your dad would not let you get away with this. You're like, literally, your dad would be going mad right now. I say it to them all the time because I remember Tom left my brother in a car park when he was 10 years old because he kicked his car.
He's like, no, that's it.
He was like, I'm driving off. Like, that's it. You've been rude. So I was like, what sort of parent was he going to be? And it's quite, for me, obviously, I don't expect Will to come into my life and start telling my kids off. But I'm like, now, Will, back me.
You need to do this, please.
I can't do
I
it
am
anymore.
the one that tells off in my house. Adam doesn't do that at all. So I always, that's the one thing I moan at him for.
What did Adam's mum say that he was like as a kid?
Really chill. He's always been chill and he didn't ever do anything wrong. He was one of those kids, you know, like never push boundaries. To be fair, I was as well. I was a bit like that. I didn't really, I'm not an argumentative or, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like doing things wrong. If I do something wrong, that's when I then... I'm not very good at that. I don't deal with it very well. But he's just really chill, really relaxed, and he never did anything.
Tom was a rule breaker, and I'm a bit of a rule breaker. So I sit back and go, well, how do I expect any less from our kids? Like, of course, they're going to be defiant and want to stand up for themselves because that is me and Tom.
Yeah. So I wasn't like, I was very much, I did what I was supposed to do and didn't really say much.
You was a good girl.
I was a very good girl, yeah, especially in primary school. And then I think Adam was as well. Like the worst that he did was graffitied the word crap on a wall before.
Ooh, Adam, bad
so naughty. So I think that's where that comes in. So I think our kids will be quite well. They are well behaved. They're lovely children, but yeah, they at home they're not so much sometimes.
Yeah, but like you said, they need to let loose with you.
Yeah.
How do you feel that you know GCSEs and when they get to teens looks like for you? Oh. Having the teacher background, not so. Do you train in secondary? What do you?
No, I trained up to age 11.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest. Teenage world really, really stresses me out. It really worries me. I don't know how that's going to look. My 3 children are all very different. We talk about it a lot because I think we try and preempt things as well. So I just don't want them to follow the crowd. So I'm like, know what you like, and that's it. Don't try and impress people. I don't think my eldest will. Because he's just worries about everything. I think my middle, he will try and impress, I think. And
so he'll be there doing it all.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. It's hard to know, isn't it?
And also, I bet you when years to come, we'll get back together and it'll be like, no, it's my first.
It's my first, probably.
It's always the quiet one you've got to watch out for.
Yeah, that is true. But my daughter, she's like, honestly, I don't know what she'll be like. She is like a party animal. We just catch her sometimes just like headbanging in a corner. I'm like, what are you doing? She just wants to be listening to music all the time, just singing, dancing around the house, and she will stamp her feet until she gets her own way. So I think she'll be the one that I have to really watch. Yeah. The boys are really into football, like obsessed with football. So I think that they will go down the football route and just be very focused on being the best that they can, especially my middle. He is that.
So you're not worried about like GCSE stage? You feel like you can help them?
Oh no, educationally, absolutely not. But I think he'll be okay. I will get through it. I'm very much so. You can probably roll your eyes at this as well. I quite like homework for the kids. I know, yeah, but only because it gives you an insight into what they're
doing on this podcast.
But everybody says that, like, why would you want them to do it? But I like to get that insight into what they're doing, so then I know what they're struggling with, what they're really enjoying at school, and also sometimes the teachers in this, even though I've been a teacher in primary school, they will teach a different strategy. And then I go, oh, like I didn't learn it like this. And then it just helps me to understand them. My eldest is anxious naturally, so he might do something in school and then come back and be like, we've tried this, Mum, can you go through it with me? So, and he's in year 3 now, so I think when they get to key stage 2, it does ramp up. So I quite like it for that reason.
I thought it ramped up from reception to year 1.
Yeah, that is a big jump as well, isn't it?
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
What happened to these books? And we were just repeating the same word.
Yeah, and they're just having to, yeah, exactly. And then they're having to sit down at a desk. I think that's big for them, isn't it?
I've actually taken myself away from homework.
Okay.
And my auntie, good old Julie, and my cousin, she tutors.
Okay.
They sort of tag team and do the homework with her because she gets so stressed with me. But I remember how I felt towards my mum, and I thought, I am annoying. My voice is annoying. Everything's irritating. I get it, because I felt that way.
I'm going to give you a shift here, because I think I think naturally we go, oh, homework, and we have this such negative outlook on it that it then rubs off on our kids. Whereas if we go to them, should we do that together? That's our time together. And it's your turn. I don't care if you get it right. I don't care if you do a good job on it. It's your turn to talk to me about what you're doing in school. Like, you teach me. Give them the shift of, okay, you've been doing this. Can you I don't know anything about this. Now you tell me what this is. And that shift, it gives them this like one-to-one time with you that my kids absolutely crave. I don't know if that's just a my kids thing, but they love that time with me. But also now it's not like do I have to do it? They're like, my eldest comes home on a Friday and he goes, can we do my homework? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, we do. Down. We do ours on a Friday.
Yeah, that's what we do.
We get it done.
Then it gets it done. And
then we did reading last night, and I wrote in the reading record book. But it's the spellings. Like, we've got the spellings to do. I'm like, let's look at the spellings on the way to school.
Do the spellings in the bath. Get a paint stick on the bath. They're done.
Oh, no, Sophie. They don't come off the bath.
Do they not? Oh, you need to get
the crayon one.
To get the rubbish one. Don't get crayons. Get paint sticks, but like cheap paint sticks. They come off with just a sponge. Okay. Yeah. We do things like that. So I'm like, I don't do any of the apps.
But do they then, this is like parenting SOS. See, Bodhi would then get jealous if I was doing that with Aurelia and he's not at that stage yet. So he's going into reception in September. So he'll start his learning then. I think it's going to be a little lease of life for him.
Yeah.
They will then, that's when an argument would start.
Because you're doing it.
Because if I was doing that with Aurelia, he's then, because they are so close in age.
Yeah.
I feel like when I actually have another baby, it will be better for them because they've only got each other. They do everything together, pretty much every activity. Then obviously if I'm giving Aurelia a bit more attention than Bodhi, then he gets upset and then I'm very like, I don't want to leave him out.
So always see it as like there's always an adjustment period, because when they know that's an expectation and that happens, that it just slips into your routine. So what I always say is that there's always going to be like a 2-week window of an adjustment when you're settling into a new structure or routine. So when baby comes, you'll notice that there's 2 weeks where they're going, what is this? My eldest weed in a plant pot just randomly when the baby came I think he was 3. I was like, why are you doing that?
No, mine are doing outrageous things at the moment.
And they do.
They're very uptight and they can't understand when this baby's actually coming. How many more weeks we've got? Yeah. I'm like, I can't actually predict when this baby's coming.
I don't know yet. It just comes.
But I do know that the behaviour is obviously going to change.
Yeah, and there'll be an adjustment period.
And even when we just went on holiday, my kids are obsessed with me. My kids are obsessed with me, but also absolutely love my mum. Like, my mum has been my co-parent.
Yeah.
So when we go away, if my mum's there, they want to be with my mum. She was like, what's happened? They literally did not leave my side the whole holiday.
Yeah, they become more clingy.
Because obviously they know that there's going to be a change.
There's change. And with every change, there comes this expectation they're not sure on what you expect.
It's the unknown.
And your expectations will change of them because you'll need them to be a little bit more grown up, especially Bodhi. You might start noticing that he starts to go back into himself and become a bit more babyish because he wants you to not expect so much from him. So with everything, like even
now, I'm obviously struggling with the carrying. I'm like, I can't just keep carrying you around and picking you up and taking you into your bed.
But he'll want to be the baby again.
Like, but please, I'm like, you are my baby, but I'm actually struggling. So
my daughter did that when we got a dog. So when we got a dog, she actually said to me, do you love me as much as Pippa? I was like, of course I do. She's a dog. I love you more. But it was just this adjustment of we're giving this thing more attention than her, and she wasn't used to it. So with everything there comes this adjustment patch. And so if it is just giving them one-to-one time, and they know that they have to, that's your time to go and watch 10 minutes of TV whilst I'm doing this with a radio, or here's a bit of iPad time. So try and give them something that they like doing whilst you're doing it. It's really hard, that adjustment period when they're learning. But mine now know that if I'm sat at the table doing homework with my eldest, that's his time. And then they each get their own time. Sometimes like they'll be like, why does she get to do the really fun thing and I've got to do this? I'm like, well, peaks and troughs. You all have to deal with
That's it, guys. Until next time, I'm Kelsey Parker, and this has been Mum's the Word. And we'll be back with another episode, same time, same place, next week.